Kano Deputy Governor asks US lawmakers to remove Kwankwaso from Religious Freedom Bill. The Kano State Deputy Governor, Comrade Aminu Abdulsalam Gwarzo, has urged the US Congress to remove former Governor Rabi Musa Kwankwaso from a proposed bill that seeks to impose sanctions over alleged religious persecution. He described the claims against the former presidential candidate as unfounded and misleading. The proposed Nigeria Religious Freedom and Accountability Act of 2026, sponsored by US reps Riley Moore and Chris Smith, seeks sanctions against Fulani militias, including Kwankwaso named over alleged religious persecution. In a statement, the Deputy Governor said the allegations against Kwankwaso were unfounded, misleading and inconsistent with the verifiable public records of his life and service. Kwankwaso has held several senior political positions over more than 3 decades, serving as Deputy Speaker of Nigeria House of Representatives, 2-term Governor of Kano State, Minister of Defense, Senator, and most recently, the presidential candidate. At no time has he been indicted, prosecuted, or credibly accused of religious persecution, extremism, or human rights violation, the Deputy Governor said. Mrs. Bonaparte says the truth, the Northern Elders, Elites, Consultative Forum, and even clerics are found complicit of the fight against terrorists. Accusations and counter-accusations among themselves and outright involvement has indicted most of them. This has emboldened the terrorists and prolonged the fight. While they pretend to support the attack, they facilitate Islamization of Nigeria. All the pretexts of talking with NSA, Ibado, and others are just mere waste of time. They present falsehood and still support the attack. Peter Ejike says, you think they don't have their proof? Okay, he says, Peter Ejike says, that is why Nigeria is not progressing. It is not by emotion, it is by reality. You are using emotion, they are using intelligent graduates to do their work. They are not biased. This is not Nigeria National Assembly, Abi. Now they just say some of you will soon join him in the cooler of US. Prosper Ewok says, who knows this one? Did I think US Parliament are like that? Of useless senators in the upper chambers? Aminu Magaji says, God will punish the USA and their lawmakers. Why? Why? Ofokin says, yeah, the left going to be patrolling around. No, it's nothing. Hansen says they're supposed to join all northern politicians. They are very, very heartless. DKG says, you don't have the authority to make this demand. Do you think they are talking to Tinubu? Chuku Diroko says, make thunder fire you, the idiot. Obogene says, the fact before the US is greater than the sentiment that you are projecting. Malami is also saying he is innocent, irrespective of fact-based evidence before all. Many more will be unfolded very soon. Okay. Sam Justice says, I remember that under Kwankwaso as governor of Kano State, Hisba, through the Sharia law, he started the destruction of alcoholic beverages in Kano. Now that the result of his evil has started bearing fruit, people quickly forgotten his wicked deeds. Emmanuel Lutaba says, no way your own name will follow second batch. 90% Northern leaders are worse than terrorists. Kingdom says, sir, with due respect, let him come out and disclaim it. Why didn't you put your name on the list? Please avoid sentiment over this matter. Thanks. Elijah Nwachukwu says, because he's an Hausa Fulani man, if all these Hausa donors sponsoring terrorism in Nigeria were to be evil men, useless Nigeria JSS for don't arrest all of them by now. Therefore, don't be full of inside prison. You know lie, Jerry. You know lie. Adekaya says, who are you, a bloody spectre? Malyak says, during 2 times, Kwankwaso as governor, there were 2 deadly riots that claimed a good number of lives, mostly Christians. He also stopped every appointment to Christian indigenes or non-indigenes. Maybe that's why. David Esther says, long live United States of America. Long life President of USA, Donald Trump. God continue to bless and strengthen you all. People are God sent to help my Nigerians. Don Fuande says, why is your name not in the list? I suggest you go into that accused list. Aminu Shari says, I wonder how they jump all APC members, aside from former President Buhari, up to Tinubu, Ribadu, El-Rufai and others, and called Kwankwaso's name. All the people they went to place in Nigeria from Tinubu. So I don't blame them. And my question is, what Kwankwaso has to gain from doing it? Well, Abdi Mohammed says, who is Vailimo? Did you know who Engineer Kwankwaso is at all? Anyway, I don't blame them because they don't respect international laws and law in their country. They won't invade and even kidnap a sitting president in a sovereign state. Well, they can do that. Why not if not? Why not if not? John Bojo says, comrade, as he said, you know Kwankwaso as an upright man and that you fought the US Congress for their findings and their inclusion of Kwankwaso as a Christian religious bigot. Please, kindly use your good office to fish out those Northerners and the Fulani terrorizing the Christians and non-Northerners tribes in Nigeria. You must do something, Abi. Do something. Maybe Triple says what Americans hold him for is that he brought Sharia in Nigeria, knowing fully well that Sharia is a deadly Islamic ideology. So, Mr. Deputy Governor, stop defending him. He's an adult. He can defend himself. He can defend himself. Joshua says it could be. No one is perfect. Only God. Only Bode says this Deputy Governor is a joker. Is the American Senate Kano House of Assembly. Just tell Kwankwaso to stop sponsoring terrorism in the state and Nigeria in general. Otherwise, he's in soup. Uchenna says, during the Kwankwaso 8 years regime as Kano State Governor, can you remember how many innocent Christians were died? T3RR0RISTS says the main problem is that Nigeria government doesn't prosecute its politicians. So even if Kwankwaso has been evidently involved in helping the growth of terrorism, Nigerian government will close eyes over it, and that's just the truth. That's just the truth. But the Wasunde said US is not Nigeria where you can do anything, including sponsorship of terrorism, and still win election. If you are in true democratic government, where people will determine governance, most of the so-called leaders should be behind bars. Aminu says his lie against Kwankwaso, so people should fear God. All this political propaganda just to tarnish his image. Let the US show their approval. They should show their approval. Okay, they are coming. At William says, please allow them to complete their work. Nico Phillips says, do you think that USA is Nigeria, where you can suppress genuine intelligence information? No, it's not the same place at all. It's good. Like this, don't forget to like, to share, to subscribe. Thank you for listening. See you some other time. Bye.